Alright, it's the next day and I've got my hood off. I had some breathers come in today for the valve covers and for the carburetors. They were cheap ones, but I need something on here for now. I got the hood off. We're going to cut a hole in it tonight and get it back on here because I can't shut the hood with those carbs sticking up. But I just put 5 gallons of gas in here and we're going to start this thing up and go down the road and see what happens. Not going to try to get crazy with it. Just want to see how the transmission is going to do with this motor in it. So let's see what happens. Good, considering it's cold. It actually is kind of cool out today. Sounds like it's running out of gas, so let's see what's going on here. No, we got some fuel pressure, but not a lot. Let me adjust on that fuel pressure. Okay, so the truck was flooding out real bad, and I noticed this front carburetor had gas all over the top of it, and it was just filling up. And I set these floats before I put this on there. This carburetor here is the one that I bought off of my friend in Texas, and I think he set me up because this float is plumb full of gas. This float's bad. It's full of gas. So let me go ahead and check the other one. The good thing is I have another carburetor, because if you have one Edelbrock, you probably got 2 or 3. This one's got a little bit in it also. Not near as bad as the other one, but yeah, both of them floats are bad. So let me go grab another set of floats and put them in here, and we'll get this thing fired back up. It's getting kind of late. I'm not sure if I'll go down the road or not, but we'll see. I may. Okay, we're back up and running. I got the floats replaced with a spare set. We got her back idling, so we're going to make a quick trip down the road. Here. Try not to have it vibrate too bad. set down low for the 402. I haven't raised it up. I think I threw a belt low. Yeah, I lost my power steering. Move the belts off of it. Threw the belts off of it. See if I can make it on home and it shut off. She's a little peppy though. Yeah, keeping the belts on here is probably going to be a problem. Uh-oh. That ain't good. Something bad might have happened. We got it. We got it. We got the 230, that's not super hot. I threw the belts off of it. Let's see if they're gone completely. May have to drive back down there in my truck and find them. Yes. Looking a little bit. Alright, well, that's a test run. I'm going to look for my belts. We'll be back. Alright, here's what we got. Last night we went down the road and we made the test hit with the 481 here. I threw the belts off of it and I was about a mile down the road. By the time I made it back here, it had got up to about 230 degrees, which isn't really too hot. Then I got out and shut it off, turn my fan on, let it run. And I did just go by and get some belts and a new radiator hose. So I went ahead and said I'm going to put my electric water pump on, because I've got an electric water pump for this thing. Put this on because it's supposed to rain some last night. There we are, tunnel ram. But yeah, I got the electric water pump I'm going to put on here. And then Mopar Joe made a comment. He said, hey, after that hit you made last night, it would be a good time to pull a plug and see what it says. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to pull a plug off and see what it says. We'll go ahead and do number 2. Since it's the easiest one to get to. Alright, here's what they look like. Looks like my heat range is right about here, not quite back that far. Don't look too bad, actually. What do you think? Timing's on about 30 degrees right now. So I had it up a little bit higher, but I put it back down on 30. I figured that's what I'd start. Yeah, that don't look too bad there. We'll pull one out the other side and check it. Kind of want to throw the belts back on here and fire it up for a second. But I am going to change this water pump out. I do have an electric water pump to go on here. One other thing I noticed when I got back last night and it had gotten a little warm was I had water down along here, but what I'm seeing right now is I've got water on top of the intake, which means either I think it might be leaking. My radiator hose might be leaking. Either the radiator hose or the thermostat housing. But that hose is... that water's on top of there, so unless it's coming out around these bolts, which I don't think it is because I put sealant on those bolts, that water's definitely standing right there. Now that could have been because it rained today too, so the rain might have been just standing on there from earlier. Let me answer this call. Alright, I was on the phone. I went ahead and pulled number 3 out. It looks just the same as number 2, which is fine. I do want to take a look in this carburetor, because this one had 2 bad floats yesterday, and I replaced them with some old floats that I had, and one of them I was kind of unsure about. Does smell heavily like gas, but I don't know. We may throw the belts on here and fire it up and see. Anyway, yeah, we're going to go with an electric water pump. I ordered some ICT billet brackets, which will move my alternator over here, and the power steering pump will come over here just a little bit more. And that gives me room to have the electric water pump there with no obstructions, and still run an alternator. The alternator will go straight to the crankshaft pulley, as the power steering pump already does. But once we do that, we'll see how it works then. Anyway, that's all I've got for right now. Decide what I'm about to do. and see what happened. She died on me. Well, the belt stayed on. That's a good thing. Where's my timing moved a bunch? Yeah, my timing moved on me. My distributor's loose. Oh, blew my... No, I didn't blow that off. That's just an extra piece. See, my wire's there. Distributor's so loose. Well, it appears that I had two problems. Fuel pressure dropped out, and then the rotary come apart. Rotary button. The rotor button come apart because the screw came out, because this is a import distributor with import parts. So the plastic pulled right out of it, came off. I'm gonna put it back together. I'm gonna put a different screw in here to hold it better, and I'm gonna Loctite it, put it back together, and see if we get this whole thing fired back up. Okay, all better now. I took the screw out of this old Mallory Unilite rotor, put it in the Chinese rotor. That's the Chinese screw. It's the threads are too small and it pulled right out. This one a lot deeper, and I went ahead and Loctited it all together. Let's get it on there and see if it works. All right, we got it fired back up. Got the timing set. Okay, here we go. It is another day. We're going to try to make test run number 4 in candy cane if we got enough gas. Let's see how much gas we got here. It's not exactly on E, so I think we got enough. Let's see if she'll fire on up. Fires up pretty good. Alright, we'll let it warm up for a minute, then we're gonna head down the road and try to make another test run to see if these belts are gonna stay on this thing. Alright, we're headed down the road. Charging, so that's good. We'll get up here to our usual spot and we'll turn around and we'll make a little test run. This truck is miles straight 3-inch exhaust on here. Alright, there's our turnaround spot. Alright. We're gonna mount this camera. It's gonna have some noise because I didn't bring my magnet mount with me. So and it's gonna be vibrating and shaky, so I apologize for the bad camera, but we're gonna try it out. Belts are still on. We are still charging, still got power steering, so belt stayed on. That's what I wanted to know. We're gonna have to check the time, and it felt like it was falling off. I don't think I retightened the distributor up. The distributor might have moved on me, so we'll get back and check the timing. That was a good run, though. I think we're gonna be okay to go to drag strip this Sunday. We'll probably head to Newport, get used to that track. Full where I went through all the gears on the floor and stayed in it the whole time, so she felt pretty good. Hopefully she'll run in the 8s in the 8th mile. Feels like it's going to do pretty good. Temperatures look good, oil pressure still good. I think we're ready to mount some slicks on this bad boy. We're gonna check the timing though. It felt like the timing might have went off a little bit. Anyway, I'm gonna pull up here and turn this off, and we'll throw a timing light on here and see what we got. Okay, I just checked the timing. Timing was on about 30, so it was back down a little bit. And I don't know if that's because I didn't move it back up when I fixed the distributor last night. But I put it back on 35. I'm going to be mixing up some race gas for it this week. So what I'm getting ready to do is go ahead and put my slicks on and get this thing ready to get loaded on the trailer. We're going to head to the drag strip this Sunday, either to George Ray's or Newport. I think George Ray's is having a small tire shootout along with a 7.0 class paying out like $5 grand. So we'll probably go to Newport. They got some bracket racing going on. That way we can get some testing in, and I can try out the lights, the Christmas tree there at Newport. Try to get used to it before tailgate throwdowns. But that was a successful pass, and it felt great. I mean, I fought it to keep it on the road because I am on street tires, but it felt great. So I think it's going to be fun. We'll get to see if these stock axles are going to hold up. I think they should, though. We're foot braking. I think they'll be fine. Anyway, stay tuned for some racing.